because I wanted to put him down a little better, basically, right? And was that example you gave us on the streets?
Does it work from does it still work? Do you feel what you by going and the same thing? Or does it have to be
You know what? Even if you were going to be sarcastic and ironic, I think you should still act as though it was personal.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's just say it was
So let's just say it was yeah. I know that you're not me. It was like, yeah, but because I wanted to put him down a little better, basically, right? And was that example you gave us on the streets?
does it work from does it still work? Do you feel what you by going and the same thing? Or does it have to be
You know what? Even if you were going to be sarcastic and ironic, I think you should still act as though it was personal in order to leave this kind of stuff.
Yeah. So let's just say it was
So let's just say it was yeah.
Let's,
I know that you're not me. It was like, yeah, but because I wanted to put him down a little better, basically, right? And
all right.
was that example you gave us on the streets?
does it work from does it still work? Do you feel what you
So I somehow found this game called Stanley Parable. I don't really know much about this game, but it appears to have something to do with, like 4 dimensions, that kind of thing. It's a game that you might get a little bit confused at the very beginning, but I'm not sure whether we can, figure it out in the end. So, all right, get started.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-lifting, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions,
Hey,
call a
Queen.
meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
So that's briefly, an introduction of what's going on, introduction to the background. So Queen, I'm not sure whether you because you came right in the middle of the conversation. So basically, I'm Stanley, a worker in this office. my number is 427. Every single day, what I do every single day is, sitting in front of this computer and type buttons according to the orders shown on the screen. But today, I've been sitting here for a while. Yes, not a single order was shown. So I decided to, go outside and check what's going on. But apparently no one's in his office.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yes.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright. So the narrator is suggesting us to go to the meeting room. Let's go.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yes. No sign of it. So yeah, this is my room. 427, but apparently we cannot go back for whatever the hell that reason. Hey SW, Yusuf. Yeah, this is a really interesting game. Yeah. So it's a painting. So it seems like there's no way back. Like, I'm not sure. We're just trying to push ahead, see what's going on. So still no sign of any co-workers. Alright, let's keep going. So is the sound okay? No lag, right? So just let me know if any, lag or
Stanley
something.
came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
He entered the door to his left. Alright, let's just follow the order. Like that's what he does. Yeah, the door just closed automatically once you pass there. It cannot be opened again, so which is really really interesting, huh? Four on 2, 411. Wow, the outside, the light coming from the outside is really bright.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Meeting room. So this is the meeting room. Meeting schedule, okay. I presume there's nothing, interesting that we need to investigate here. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. So who is whiteboard manager? Definitely the one who, draw those schedules and push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Not cost efficient. Who moved my desk? Hire someone to synergize paper. Papers are too synergized. Jesus, I don't know the meaning of that word. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. The future was yesterday. What? Tomorrow is now. There's some kind of, words, in a philosophy level. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. What the slide is actually, the slide is changing. Use slide to assure employees that everything is okay. Everyone is unique. You, most of all, it's like how do you trigger every single employees in a meeting to do synergize core value, expenditure, shift global market, okay, blah 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 blah, whatever. So we need to go to the broom closet. Yeah, we can actually get in there.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Oh, really? So I'm not sure whether we should follow every single order.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I know. But it wouldn't hurt if I, take a look at it. Right. So now we're heading
Coming
to
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
the boss's office. So this one is locked. Okay, go ahead. Well, makes sense. Usually the boss's office, is on the highest floor. Executive bathroom. Ooh, locked as well. Now this door is locked again. So where is the... I think this is more like a living room or something.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
And now we got this.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
2845. Oh, wait.
2845.
Okay, thank you. Oh, sorry. 2845. 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, this one is open. Link Plus. Is this some kind of... I don't know. Yeah, this is weird. It's really dark inside here. I guess nothing, interesting right here. So now we get into the elevator.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Rip S for 9 for me. Come on, cut off. I said I've said many times that I retired. Don't mention it again.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind control facility. Now it remind me of the escape. Mind control facility. Yeah, everything is so dark. So you better hire the Hey, Tang Tang. Let's choose this one.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I'm not sure. But wow, this is a massive space inside this building. It's a camera.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building,
my goodness.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
So hundreds of employers are being monitored all these years. And everyone has, it's marked as a number. So where's my 427? Yeah, that one. Ooh, this is creepy. Nothing over here. So is this some kind of experiment, like we are nothing but a sample, and they're trying to analyze, trying to research the the behaviors of human beings, or some other kind of stuff. But this is quite a thing. Elevator.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
All right.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
My electricity is offline.糖糖怎么办？我感觉我的我的脑袋要炸了，感觉就像英语听力啊。Mind control idols awaiting inputs.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
To put the end to everything, every horrible system power off. Okay, what happened? Jesus.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Wow, it's
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
I chose
Where
off.
had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
What? So is that kind of like that's one ending? I had no idea what happened. Seems I just turned off the power and somehow I walk out this facility. Oh, this is okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait. I'm pretty sure that all the doors are closed. Yeah. So this time we're gonna choose, the other answer. But I still think there's a lot of buttons that can be triggered. Which might lead to.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right. Let's choose the door to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
So this is another road to the meeting room. Phew.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
我的世界.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
2 cup of coffee. Wow, this one is down.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message. But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Wow. Actually, I think if I stay in that room a little bit longer, I might trigger another, storyline. Because this dialogue can change, based on every single move you made. This is really interesting. It reminds me of butterfly effect. It's all locked. Alright, this one is open. Wait. I think this leads to the other hall, which leads to, the meeting rooms, I think.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
这个旁白 Oh my god. If we had it that way, we're gonna definitely go back to the meeting room. Yeah. Let's go back to the meeting room and press that on button to see what happens.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Let's try to follow his orders at first, and then, after we know some other, a couple of endings, have a little bit of
Stepping
clues.
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh my god. I acted so too quickly that this narrative. Oh my god. He's pissed off, so he wanna.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Oh my god, this is so fun. What kind of a game is this? No idea. So this is a game, I think it has, multiple endings. Meaning that every single move you made will affect, the ending you get in the end. But in terms of, the plot, it's simple, pretty simple. I'm a worker named Stanley in this office. So one day I found out there's no one. All the coworkers are gone. So I'm trying to, get out of the office and find out what happened. It's a horror game. I think this is not a, it has, I don't think it has something to do with the ghosts, that kind of stuff, but psychologically, it might have some, horror elements. Which, at this point, we could not be able to,
Stanley walked
find
straight
out.
ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Alright, let's choose this one. Mind Control Facility.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
怎么回到就刚那边我们出去之后不是又回到办公室了吗？我们开始就是在那个办公室里，然后就是让你重新再走了一遍呗。
This mind control facility
Oh,
was too
you see that?
horrible
Fire?
to believe it
There's
couldn't
one
be
with
true.
fire.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all
Two
this
fire.
time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yeah, sort of. Because actually, the job of
He
Stanley
refused to believe it.
is to
He
type,
couldn't
you know,
accept it.
on the
His
computer
own life in
based
someone
on-
else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
This narrative just doesn't allow me to talk.
Here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
You're back
Controls
again.
labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
So here, this is a button that can be triggered. I think there's a white button overhead. Let's take a look at it. What a space. Oh, it says number 4. Number 4. Wow. I think this is a giant screen, right? But right now it's, you know, the power is off, so it's not showing anything. It says number 4. Interesting. Yes. Yeah, Queen. You might be right. So that's why last time we end up so soon. So this 1, 2, this might be some. Here's the door. Of course, locked. But where's 3? So we found 1, 4, 2. Oh, here's 5. The 3 must be somewhere. Oh, that's one giant equipment. Anyway, so let's get inside and choose on. Mind controls idle, awaiting input. Imagine I'm that input. Walking.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Alright. Do you see the white dot? Yeah. Whenever they show that, that means, you know, we can, you know, choose something or, you know, tap certain button. So that this time, let's go with on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's
What?
your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is.
Oh,
More
what
time
am I supposed to
talk
do,
about
man?
you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
What the?
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving
Yeah, this
along.
is kind of
It's
stupid.
just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made
Hard.
whole. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine.
I want to see what happened
I'm
in the
going to
end.
destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count.
I still think
Or
there's a way
it's all the
to
same
get out
to
of
you,
here,
all
but
a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life.
Okay,
from the
let's see what
moment you
happens.
fade in until the moment I say happily ever up.
is that? Is that some kind of nuclear weapon? Interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait a sec. Yeah, it was a nuclear bomb, right? Wait a sec. Did he just said that I simply just want to get a memo? But where to get a memo? Well, at least I think I'm kind of tall.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any
I can't even
way.
stand on the top of this box. Awaiting input. Input received. What does that even mean?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Wow. This is funny. There's no way that, like standing on this table without any possibility of doing something. What's this? It's a pencil sharpener? Nope, I don't think so. Some mark carps. Yeah, I have no clue. Let's just move on. I guess.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So if you shut it off, if you choose off, I mean, yeah, the whole system will just, turn off, and then soon there will be a path which leads you to, I mean, the outer world. Yeah, I mean, maybe you're free, maybe you're not, I don't know. But then, yeah, soon I was brought back to my office. That's a quite, pale ending. It doesn't tell us anything about, what happened in his office. Yeah, done with S49, thank you. So I will stream some other games from time to time. Should we go to the left? Still want to go to the
This
right.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Just to admire it. Admire what? Yeah.
Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. I'm not gonna do that. Caution, do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. Queen, what do you mean? You mean
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
yeah, I've been working here for 5 years. So this is some kind of table, some you mean this guy talking, right? But sometimes I find that a little bit annoying. I don't usually play this type of game, to be honest. I try to figure out how to play this game with controller, because yeah, I'm using MacBook, So, but it took me like an hour or two to figure it out, but it all failed. Which is kind of sad. So now I can only use the keyboard and the mouse to play this game. Here, apparently we need a card. Bye bye. Is this some kind of warehouse? A2. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. So that means if you jump off the cargo lift, not only will you die, you also need to
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've
pay for
gotten
the
off on the wrong
penalty.
foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
So he mentioned another guy, but actually it's a woman, I think.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who is she, man? You checked? You won't get the bomb. Oh really? Which door? The very first right door, or I mean like not detouring to the meeting room, that door? Wait a sec, I need to wait a sec, I'll be right back. Okay. Don't follow what he says. Do only what he says not to do. Yeah. I'm back. So it says B4. Let's check. Hey Raptor, what up? Urgent. Employees should never, under any circumstances, attempt to what? That's B1. Apparently nothing. Wow, this is alright. Nothing. Bulldog. Alright. Jesus.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I'm blind. It's too bright.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
At first I thought that was kind of scary until that that model, just going backwards. Oh my goodness. Hi, wife.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employees 427.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
If there are other choices that, besides this, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now, but I've been clicking the right key of mouse. I mean, the left key, move around. But it's not working. Ooh. Because I had to press the button.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press it to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press Z to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
So I'm basically going through, what I just, been through ever since I got out of the office. Spend time with the boys. Yeah. I guess I'm a male. Yeah.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Press R to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Come on, man, that's not his wife. Oh, is it? I don't know. That's just one, just a model. That's one good-looking model anyway. Press Q to tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer.
Yeah.
How could there possibly be?
How could there
reality,
possibly?
All he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
So this is actually my office, you know what I'm saying? This is not his home, this is his office. But I mean, like, he's in his office, but picturing, like this is life. This is his home. And he got a wife, can have dinner with a wife, can watch TV. No, so I'm probably guessing this guy has been imprisoned. You can say that if you want to. Here for 5 years. And doing what the boss told him to do. Every single order. How pathetic that is. Press A to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Now this gets a little bit, funny. But if I don't press this button, how could I move forward? Yeah. I think sometimes, like, this is how we react, like, whenever they tell us not to do something, we're about to do that, even though that's a mistake. Come on, man! Nothing I can do, this is boring. Okay. Press 6 to be at work in the morning. Yeah.
You see?
I'm back.
Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I
And I'm dead. This is one irritating narrator. Hey killer. What up? So Queen, have you found all the endings? Even though I really want to, explore all by myself, I think there might be multiple endings, way more than I could imagine.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
They all
When
sucked.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Let's go
he
one by
entered the
one.
door on his left.
Don't tell me the first enemy that we got is the, could be considered as one of the best. Because nothing bad really happens. Still feel like this room is a little bit more exciting.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Wait,
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
find an answer. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Yeah, we have seen the slides before. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a sleek blue graphic in the header and throw some bubbles on all text. They will ensure. So yeah, everyone is unique. You must all. Yeah, they're standing like at the right direction. Hi Jared. Read I wish charts on the same slide this week. Okay, let's go. Broom closet. Really nothing over here.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
It's laughing at me again. Okay. Whatever.
Coming to a staircase,
What?
Stanley walks
18
upstairs to
endings.
his boss's office.
Jesus. Let's follow this route first. Guess I'm not gonna finish by today. I'm not gonna continue tomorrow. Oh, this one can be open. Wait, I think the very first time we came across this, standing in front of this door was locked. I'm pretty sure. But somehow, ooh, got some words on the wall. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisped. Trying to find the best one. Alright. This mirror is, got some spots. A lot of spots actually. Hey Perry, what up? You're seeing me playing a really ridiculous game. Extreme bathroom time. This is a useless bathroom. Nothing over here except for this, a couple sentences. More like a slogan, you know what I'm saying? Money in the money in my mind, that kind of thing, Nothing can be triggered. Yeah. Oh, this painting. This glass is weird at this position. I guess I'm gonna leave this room. Okay. I cannot go to that. Okay, never mind. Oh. Now this one is open. Okay. Let's get inside and check. Yeah, a panda. Panda. You see? On every single drawer there's a cup. Or you know, a glass. What's what? This one. A man. It says business strategy. Yeah. Strategy. But I feel like it has an extra R. I mean, in terms of the spelling, right? It says, what monthly? I think. There's another elevator. I think we have. Oh, yes. Yeah. You mean this one? This elevator? Right? I think we have come across 2 or 3 elevators. Ooh, here's a pin as well. So this guy's, it says, I am the most expensive boss. That's quite a word. I'm the most expensive boss. Let's check it out. It can only go down, I guess. Hey, Posa. Let's see where it leads to us to. Ooh, music. Are we supposed to reach the floor? Why still moving? Why still moving? The fuck? What? It's not moving, really. That's weird. I know. Why it's shaking? But most importantly, it's not moving up and down.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway.
Yeah, you know the real. Yeah. Wow, that's quite a lot of book. Yeah. I suppose nothing important here to investigate. You see still 3 glasses on the table. It might mean something, but nothing over here, as usual. Shit. I don't really like that mental control facility. I mean, like, basically whatever choice that I make will gonna drive me crazy. By the way, what's the score of the Lakers versus the Trailblazers right now? Someone check for me.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Jump scare? No. I think there's no jump scare, I think. Otherwise I won't be playing this game, you know. Let's try. Escape. right? Yeah, I want to see what happens if we go this way. This is a long hall. Can't see the end. Alright, let's go. See what happens.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Violent death. It's the other two endings. Okay, Lakers up at 17. Good to know.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nope. What happened, Queen? Hey, Cynical.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Shut up. What? Am I just gonna dive into this one? Let's give it some speed. Oh, I'm really dead.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision.
Oh my god, no, Jesus.
Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh my god. No! What?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh my goodness. So am I dead or still alive?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Those are the same paintings that we once witnessed, in the office. Nature paintings. Is this some kind of museum? Meta nourish. Yeah, this looks like a really interesting ending. At least not that type of ending that will let me got killed fairly soon. The office. 1, 2. No, it's a locked. 3. Locked again. No, nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard stroke and the synchronous tone. Oh. Oh. Interesting. This one sounds futuristic. What's a lever says if you touch the lever you go back to the metal jaw. What? What's metal jaw? As you know, you see here credits. So basically, yeah, I'm dead. But I mean, like, Jesus, I don't know how to say that, but so here we are choosing what type of office computer. And you're gonna turn on again. Yeah. Oh. Boss's office. Screens from the development of the boss's office. Ooh. So this one start from the scratch and then put some furniture, and this one is the final state. Office clock. So this is basically a museum. Oh my goodness.
Then he pushed the number 4.
What?
Now look closer.
Kevin
See how it's
Bryant,
impossible
the
for
voice
the
of the
anything
narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game, roughly 3 separate
the kind of thing you pick up on
times over the 2 years of development. So these are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game.
You'll probably spend the next hour. Here, I'm just going to make this easy.
So you see, this is what I'm saying, like, this looks like another dimension, you know, for the world inside this game. The first dimension is our real life for Stanley in this game. Escape, mind control, underground, the early version of the underground portion of the game. This is basically like an exhibition, I think. Interesting. So we're gonna, yeah, this is the, yeah, freedom ending. So this is the very first ending that we had. So we went to that mental control facility, yeah, and there's a button where we can, you know, turn off the power of the whole system by pressing the button, and we can get out of this facility. Countdown room. Says you have to start again. That trap. You need to choose the right door in the very beginning. Oh really? Yeah, freedom. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. Oh, this is very... Oh, wait.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
What's this? Oh, can either on. What?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No,
No.
perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
What? Yeah. I thought I can still make it this time. But I mean, like, what happened? It's not working. Don't let time choose for this time. This is one interesting game. Yeah, now we're gonna pick the right door. I think we have pretty much know what's gonna happen if we go to the left door. But Jesus, what's wrong with this game? Shall I restart it? Oh, really? Sorry if I missed it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
That doesn't require you to choose any of those 2 doors. We can get to that later. So this time I'm gonna go.
This was not the
to the
correct
right
way to the
door.
meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Of
Perhaps he
course.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Come on, people are dead. Admire
The
what?
lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Not exactly. Right, Queen? I'm waiting for your answer. No spoiler.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Nah, I ain't stupid enough to, just kill myself that way.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Are you talking about the ending that ends really quickly?
Difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
But if I go this way,
This is
I will
Stanley.
end up
Your chance to redeem yourself.
going back to my
put
office
your work aside.
while
To let
picturing
her
the
back
whole
into
office
your
is
life.
my room, and
She's been
you know,
waiting.
the wife. Yeah, this narrator is, this narrator is, you know, like controlling my minds, making orders for me. It just requires this pathway. Okay, let's go. Yeah,
That's
now
her, Stanley.
we're back
You
again.
need to be the one to do this. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone?
Yeah.
Now, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me
That was an
double-check.
accident.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Safety
Choice.
decision
It's
making.
the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations.
Okay.
Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
I think we just triggered another pass. Hey, Big G. I'm good. But this game really had me puzzled. So it talks about the importance of making choice. locked. Oh shit.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
What now? It is a car. The cops everywhere. It's possible to not alive before the guardrail appears. Yes? Oh. Yeah, I know. But I think that might just directly lead to death, right? Oh, interesting.它刮层。Okay, I'll try that later. But this one is quite long, I mean, in terms of the length of...
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Now I'm totally back to the very first.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh my god, what now? I'm actually want to go to the right for the second time. But I'm just afraid, you know, everything we're gonna end up the same. Yeah. Yeah. I've been spending so...
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
I've been spending so... Ooh, what the heck is this? Like, 2 rooms have merged together, but like in a really odd way. And this door is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 7, 8. Ooh, what the heck is this? This is... Oh my god. This is a strange dimension, you know. I guess... Yeah. I guess we can only go to the left. Okay, never mind. Let's see. We can go back to nope. Nope, still no. Okay, you win. Let me check the time. Actually passed. Oh my
It's ruined.
goodness.
I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. What am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know.
Shut the fuck
What's
up.
the answer? What do I do? What do I do?
Quit your job.
No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to. Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are.
Yeah, of course.
My entire game is destroyed.
What you
It
gonna
was the
do?
only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Is that some
That
kind of
thought hadn't
person?
even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh. What story? If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so
Yes.
hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, now, I think we might irritate the narrator to some extent. Try a game called Superliminal. Yeah. Keep right for funny. Wow. So it's like, in the past hours we haven't played by this game. Now it's time to control the power back.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Go ahead.
All right.
Come on.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Okay.
That means choosing responsibly
I guess there's
and
nothing
always
more.
putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, really? You believe there's something? Keep right. Alright. As you said.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
There might be
That
something,
means
right?
choosing responsibly and always
But-
putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Oh, this narration really
When
took a
Stanley
lot of
came to a
time.
set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You forgot. Oh, really?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly.
Nah.
Behave
Yeah.
exactly as Stanley would.
I guess it's
That
time to
means
go to the
choosing
left.
responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Wow,
Feeling
this
a
time
wave
it's
of disbelief,
back to
Stanley
normal.
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Hoping he will find an answer there. Brooming calls it. This time it's closed? What? No. Okay.
Coming to a staircase,
Oh.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Hey, Choxy. So the very first time we got here, actually, there's a ladder leading to the left, going downstairs, but now there's no way there, so only thing we can do is climb a way up. That is something new, yeah, for sure. Yeah, the bathroom, okay. The label is not there as well. This room is locked as well. Ooh. This is a whole new room. I mean, like, this used to be the room of the boss. But it's the same, but with a very different decoration and furniture. Yes, like this painting, the panda, and this one.
Stepping inside his manager's office,
Used to be
Stanley
in
was
a room
once again stunned
on the
to
opposite.
discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code. Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall. I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step. Okay, fine, you're not going to do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself. You can't. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me?
Ooh,
Can you hear me?
the end.
Is everything all right?
So now we become,
Stanley,
you
this is
know,
important.
we see Stanley from the narrator's perspective. So this is like I said, a fourth dimension for the world inside this game, which is also, you know, our real life. Okay. At least we got this really fantastic ending. I wouldn't say that's fantastic, but definitely a really interesting ending.
Are you there? You listening to this?
No, you got, as you know, Queen said, you got 18 different kind of endings, but this might be, you know, one of the very, you could say, official endings.
Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
Yeah, multiple
It's
endings.
all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much
This
time
is
as you
interesting.
need.
Yeah, and we're back. So guys, I'm gonna, yeah, I have been playing this for like 1.5 hours. But I've seen several typical endings. There might be still a few left, but I'm gonna call it end right now. I need to have something for the dinner and watch the NBA. Yes. If you guys want to see the other type of endings, I'm gonna stream it, stream this game tomorrow morning or afternoon. Anyway, tomorrow. Yeah. Once I finish this one, I'm gonna play some other games. Alright? Okay, guys. See ya. Bye bye. Yeah, the name of the game, the Stanley Parable. Yeah. There's a demo on Steam. You can, give it a shot if you want. Alright, bye guys.